I met so many people there, man. Shafqat, Amanat, one of the greatest
Oh,
experience. And
oh yeah, this would have
yeah,
been for My Name is Khan, right?
yes, yes, yes.
Hello, I'm singer-songwriter and music producer Rajesh Ravi. Welcome to RR's Musical Chairs, a series in which I interview people working in the field of music. So a few weeks ago, I interviewed sound designer and sound engineer Sarit Chatterjee live on Instagram. So Sarit Chatterjee has worked at Yash Raj Studios for a very long time, and then after that, he's branched out, to do his own thing as a sound engineer and sound designer. At Yash Raj as a sound engineer, he's worked on a lot of music projects, including Jab Tak Hai Jaan and My Name is Khan. He's done sound editing for a lot of big projects, including names like Bang Bang, Tiger Zinda Hai, Dhoom 3, Sacred Games, The Sky is Pink. And he's also worked as the main sound designer on projects like Pati, Patni or Wo and 55 kilometers per second. So in part 1, he speaks about how he got into sound engineering, how he landed his job at Yash Raj, what it was like working there, and also what it was like working on My Name is Khan, and being around people like Shankar Mahadevan, Shafqat Amanat and Rasheed Khan. Yeah, let's get to it.
So yeah, let me just see if I got your chronology right.
Right.
You born and brought up in Kolkata.
Yeah, not completely brought up.
You
Yes.
went to boarding school for a while. You were in Sikkim boarding school.
Not Sikkim. I was in Darjeeling district. Kalimpong is where my
Darjeeling,
school is.
sorry.
Yes, yes.
Kalimpong, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Kalimpong. You were in a boarding school. Then back to Kolkata.
Yes,
Then you did your sound engineering course from SAE in Australia,
yes. In Sydney. Yes.
in Sydney.
Uh,
Then you came back, worked as a session drummer for a year in
No, no.
Kolkata. No?
So no. After school, after my class 12, basically, 1 year I had to like I wanted to go directly. So I was pretty clear that I don't want to do like the usual BCom or stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
um, for that 1 year I had to like figure out my visa and all that stuff because it's not easy. They don't just hand out visas so easily. There's the whole
Mm-hmm.
process. There are a lot of documentation that needs to be put in place. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Things are very different if you come from money, I guess. But like they want to know that you're not going to stay there or run away. You're going to come back
Right,
here
right,
and all
right.
that. So
Yeah.
they need to know all these things. So that 1 year I was just playing a lot of gigs in Calcutta, uh,
Okay.
college fests. Even though I was not part of one, like it didn't hurt to be part of the band. Uh, like Yamaha Launchpad and all that stuff. We went, yeah.
Right, right.
I was part of this band called Gravy Theory. And we played a couple of gigs here and there, all promotional stuff. And the moment I left, there was another friend drummer who kind of subbed in for me. And then they started getting paid gigs right
Okay.
after I left. Yeah.
Bad timing.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, Gravy Theory was fun. And yes, then I did my audio for 1.5 year in Sydney. Then I came back to Calcutta. I was there for 3 months, but my dad actually was like he convinced me that even if you want to beg, go to Bombay and beg because it's a professional place to work in. And which is true compared to Calcutta, Bombay is a thriving industry.
So did you
Yeah,
get the job offer before coming to Bombay, or did you
mm,
come to Bombay and like knock
uh,
on Yash Raj Studios ka door and like,
no, so uh, kind of a little bit of a right time at the right place sort of a situation. A little bit, there was a certain amount of ease in there because my dad knew a few people who were previously in the Calcutta
okay,
industry and now they have moved and they have started working here, who were doing
okay,
regular session work and all. So fortunately, I got some numbers of people.
okay.
I remember calling up a few people here and there, and they were like, I was like, hi, my name is Sarit. I've done my course from here. And some people were not that friendly. Some people were
Hmm.
fairly rude and like intimidating, hard.
Oh damn.
Yeah, they'll be like, "Arey, ek aur aa gaya," types. And then they'll be like, "Arey,
Uh-huh.
whatever you have learned, you have to forget," stuff like that. And I'm like, "But why did I spend so
Uh-huh.
much money and study?" Yeah. So a couple of these incidents later, I got Shantanu Hudlikar's number.
Oh
Uh,
wow. Okay.
yeah,
So you
and
got like the top guy's number, like you.
at that point of time, I didn't know about that place, that a place like that existed. Okay, and I was very like,
It's like this tiny little studio called Yash Raj. Yash Raj
so,
Studio करके एक है कुछ तो एक Andheri
so
West में and some fellow named Shantanu Hudlikar works there. पता
no,
नहीं
it
Shantanu
wasn't like that.
Hudlikar.
I knew that he's a big engineer, but I didn't know
हाँ.
about what I was walking into. So I got Shantanu
Right.
sir's number, and so far he is a very nice person. But out of all the people that I contacted, he was the nicest one, you know. And
Wow.
yeah, he was the nicest
That's kind of
person.
like the opposite, now. Like you would expect
Yeah.
like the mid-level people to be nicer, and the top-level guy like, "Hey, kaun hai? Chal, hat."
Yeah,
Like,
so he was like, he told me he's not there for a week, so to call him after a week. After a week, I was really excited. I woke up, I called him, and he said, "Yeah, why don't you come over?" I was like, "Sure." I had my laptop, this, that, etc. जो भी mix वगैरह किया था, सब कुछ लेके. So when you are doing a course, obviously you have done some work as part of the course
hmm.
that
Right.
you can
Right.
show to people like this is what I've
Correct.
done so far. Not that it mattered anyway. Like those mixes, if I hear it now, they're shit. But like that is not something that you want to get a job
Uh-huh.
on. Yeah. But so you go there. So I went there, and is again the initial bid is very intimidating because it's such a massive place. Uh,
Hmm.
uh, in a place like Bombay where everything is like really crushed into, people are
Hmm.
put together.
Yeah.
Yash Raj is such a nice, massive place. Uh, you enter, write your name, they call up. Shantanu sir was like, "Oh, let him come." I went inside. He was, it was such a nice experience. Everyone in there at that point of time, even now actually, everyone is really nice. There's no question. The engineers, everyone is top notch. Him and Abhishek Khandelwal,
Okay.
who was his assistant then. Now he's looking after the Music One studio in YRF.
Okay.
Even Abhishek, such a nice guy. He was so helpful. Abhishek was the first person to address me as an audio engineer. Like he was introducing me to someone else, and he said he's also an audio engineer, Sarit Chatterjee. And I was like, wow, no one has ever
What,
done
what do
that
people
before.
otherwise? What do otherwise people introduce us? Like, oh yeah, he's the guy who goes and gets chai.
No, nothing
Like,
like that.
or like, he's
Nothing
the guy
like
वो
that.
वायर जब connect करना होता है ना उसको.
No, nothing like that. First day I'm there, suddenly like other places, people were like, I was in and out within like 15 minutes max. This place, I'm sitting there, Shantanu sir is asking me questions, he's offering me coffee, tea. I'm like, wow, this is like this place and this treatment I did not
Right.
expect.
Right.
There was some session going on, and in between all of that, he would just be like, "Give me a second," and he'll go inside and he's talking to the musicians, he's he's like miking the instrument and all that.
Hmm.
That is something very important that I learned that day. Everywhere else, I had seen like the assistants do the miking.
Hmm.
This was the first time I saw like the the head engineer miking because miking is such an important.
Right.
He's there,
Hmm.
front and center, like
Okay.
doing everything. You know, he will guide us through everything, what he wants patched, how he wants it recorded, all of that. Compared to the other places that I've been to, I was like, if I had to slog my ass for free, this would be the place that I would like to do it for.
Right. Right.
State
Because
of
it's
the
also
art
like the best studio. Yeah, the
state
best
of the
studios with the
art
best engineers.
state of the art equipment, someone like Shantanu Hudlikar to learn from, and
Hmm.
everyone else was super nice. Free lunch, that was a big deal back then. Yeah, there was a buffet for all the in-house engineers. That was like, and it was great food at that point of time. I continued that hanging out, so-called, for almost 2 weeks. And suddenly one day, Shantanu sir comes into the studio and says, "Well, I've spoken to the management, Sarit, and they've decided to get you on board permanently with a stipend of 5,000 rupees." I was like, this is the best offer anyone has offered me so far. So thus began my journey of YRF Studios. Initially, I was just in music most of the time because
Okay.
obviously I didn't even. Once I was there, I realized I don't know shit about anything. I have to learn from like ground up. Uh, First 2 months, my job was just sitting beside Abhishek and observing him. That's it. Like
Hmm.
Abhishek would be like, uh, एक काम का ट्रैक बना दे मैं एक सिगरेट पी के आता हूँ दैट वाज माय मोमेंट टू शाइन लाइक ट्रैक बनाना
Hmm.
yeah and like assignment करना but he was really nice like he would say I'll take a break you start off with the next recording And at first I'll be like nervous, but then I'll be like, well, he's giving me an opportunity to, get
Right.
ahead, do something.
Right.
So that's when I started slowly, like getting into in the middle of a recording. Because what happens is also like when, let's say, someone like a big singer has come to sing, okay? I can't think of anyone. Or let's say, I mean,
Which was the first song that you were a part of the recording? Or
oh
which was the
shit.
first song where like he was like, I'm going for a cigarette break and record the singer, and in front of you was like,
No, it
I don't know,
wasn't. It
Sunidhi
wasn't.
Chauhan, and you're like,
No, no,
oh
it
my God,
wasn't
I
a
can't screw this
song.
up.
As I was saying, it was a background score that was being recorded for this David Dhawan film. Yeah, I can't remember the name. It was a Govinda film. It was again one of those very David Dhawan.
Partner.
No, no, it wasn't
Was it
Partner. It was
Partner? No.
no, no, it was uh, Govinda and
This is
Lara
somewhere
Dutt.
this is mid late 2000s, right?
This is
Oh wait,
2009.
I know what you're talking about. I know which movie you're talking about. Do Not Disturb.
Do Not Disturb. Yes,
Not
yes.
the fear
Oh,
movie. Do Not
fuck. That
Disturb.
was
Yeah.
yes, yes. That's what it
Yeah.
was. Do Not Disturb. Uh, so most of the stuff were like pre-programmed, where like the programmer had sat there and programmed it, and then we were getting like run it through the MIDI into the desk and record it into Pro Tools and stuff like that with time codes and proper all that. Um, that was, I think, one of the first things that I was recording, and then we had some like uh, guitar players and stroke players come in and do like
Okay.
live bits with the programmed stuff. So that was one of the first things that I recorded. I don't think I had the courage or they were willing to let me record like a big singer at that point of time. Uh, but eventually, like I met so many people there, man. Shafqat, Amanat Ali, one of the greatest
Oh,
experience. And
oh yeah, this would have
yeah,
been for My Name Is Khan, right?
yes, yes, yes.
By the way, if you're liking the video so far, you can just go and hit that like button. It'll make me very happy.
By the way, dude, since I'm a huge Shankar Hasan Loy fan, and I've had My Name Is Khan ka original soundtrack CD,
Right.
and you only told me that's one where you've officially been credited as like the assistant
Yes,
engineer.
yes.
And I opened and I'm like, oh damn, yeah, his name is there.
Yeah,
His name is
yeah,
there. And
yeah.
also what I liked is in that CD, everyone has been credited, right up to like tabla
Yes.
player, dholak player, everyone's name
No,
is there.
they are.
So
I think Dharma is very not only Dharma. I mean, it depends on the music composers as well. But Dharma is one of those companies that are very particular about crediting everyone, I think.
So did they? I'm guessing they already had the songs ready before they came in the studio. Like it's not like they were trying to come up with. It's not like they would
Sometimes
sit and
some songs
jam
I
there in the
think they
studio.
were jamming and coming up.
Oh,
Some stuff they had
do you
had
remember
things.
which were the ones where they came ready? Oh, which are the ones that you like? Did you get to witness like the making of any of those like
Not
Sajda,
not
Tere
My Name
Nama,
is Khan. No, sorry, not My Name is Khan. My Name is
Khan?
Khan was a Dharma film, so I think they had already done their
Okay, they only
stuff.
came here for the recording.
I saw them
By
coming
the way,
up
wait.
with
With My Name is Khan, you would have got to watch Shankar record, Shankar Mahadevan,
yes.
Shreya Ghoshal, Shafqat Amanat Ali, Adnan Sami.
Adnan Sami, no.
I mean,
Shafqat, yes. Ustad Rasheed Khan.
how? What is it like watching Shafqat record? Like, is he like? I'm sure he must have just been like that one take artist. Now where he's like just
Dude,
run, and he's like,
you
"Can I
know,
do another
so
one?"
again, like, they say sometimes don't meet your heroes type situation. Fortunately for me, people that I look up to have so far been really nice. Shafqat was so nice, and I told him, we used to, I was like, we used to perform your songs in school, and you're like, you know, Khamaj was like the song and all that, and he was like just sitting there smiling, and he was like, "Oh, you play music, okay? Yeah, don't give up on music, keep playing it." So he was like, I was like, "Holy shit, this guy is the nicest guy ever." And yeah,
By the
yeah,
way, dude, I remember you had told me this one funny story when Allah Hi Rahim was being recorded.
yeah. So, Ustad Rashid Khan is not used to singing in like bars, As classical musicians, they have like the free range. Like they are they don't do like the whole Bollywood tempo
Right,
thing,
right,
right?
right.
They obviously maintain tempo, but when it's harkat and all, they do free flow, no, improvise.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right.
So uh, It was a कैसे इश्क से सज गई राहें. He just couldn't get it in meter. So, and
Okay.
I remember like Shankar was sitting.
But that's quite surprising, dude, because classical singers, like, isn't tal as important as sur? Like, don't you have that,
It is, it
like,
is.
you know, they
I think
tap
the
and do
other
all
thing
that,
is
but
that he was coming from somewhere and he was like a little tired, I think, and he hadn't heard
okay,
the
okay.
song before. So I remember he that day it went on for like about an hour, and I think Shankar
Okay.
realized that he, he's a little tired. So he was sitting
Hmm.
right beside him with a harmonium and like practically like jamming the song, And then I think he realized that he's a little tired. What he did was burnt the scratch on a disc.
Hmm.
People were still using disc that time, and gave it to him. And he said, "Yeah, I'll come back in 10 days." He came back in 10 days and one take done. So he just
Wow.
needed
Okay.
time to prep for it. I think when he
Right.
came in the first day, he wasn't really prepared for it.
Okay. Okay.
Again, one of the best things about working in a place like YRF is that you get to see the cream of the industry.
Hmm.
By the way, you can go check my channel out because I keep putting tons of music related content out. And if you like what you see, you can hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. So that was the video. I hope you liked it. If you do, don't forget to hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. I will see you in the next video. Till then, ciao.